Guys, and welcome back to another one of my Doctor Who Big Finish reviews, and in this review we're going to be taking a look at the 5th CD in the series of EDAs, and it is No More Lies, and of course it stars Paul McGann and Sheridan Smith, and it's written by Paul Sutton. Now, before I talk about my thoughts and what I think of the story, let's take a look at the cover art, and as you can see it's it's quite bright and it's quite pink, and it features a particular actor who you may remember. His name is Nigel Havers, or Havers, I'm not sure how you pronounce that, but yeah, he was in the Sarah Jane Adventures episode, and he played Sarah Jane's sort of soon-to-be husband. I can't really remember what happens in that story because it's been years since I've watched it, or rewatched it, I should say. So yeah, he's in this story, and you've got Julia Mackenzie and Tom Chadbone, I think that's his name, and you've got the spine there. It's very pink, as you can see once again. You've got the blurb, and it's directed by Barnaby Edwards, and you've got the cast there, as you can see, and some more cast members down there. So I'll read you the blurb, and there's what links a disintegrating spaceship to a posh garden party where a wealthy couple are celebrating their love for each other in style. Gate crashes. The Doctor and Lucie think they know the answer, but they're not the only uninvited guests. Ferocious alien warriors riding pterodactyl-like vertosaurs are about to make their entrance. So yes, quite a bizarre blurb that. Funny word blurb, isn't it? So you've got the booklet and you've got the CD. It's fairly brown, this CD. You can't quite make it out on the camera, I don't think. And you've got the usual production credits and subscription advertisements and whatnot. So now for my thoughts and opinions on No More Lies. Yes, a lot of people regard this as being probably the weakest in the first series of the 8th Doctor Adventures, and I sort of see why. I actually thought it was quite good. I quite enjoyed it. It was quite it was fairly light-hearted, but with this story there's sort of two main plots going on, and one of the plot being sort of the garden party situation, and where there's like a time loop, and it's sort of time is sort of repeating itself over and over again. So this garden party is happening for a long time, and you've also got this other subplot where the Doctor and Lucie first appear on a spaceship, and I think the problem with the story is that I think it tries to be too clever for its own good, and that's where the story sort of falls apart. There are some good, like the cast are pretty much the reason, like they save the story. I think if it wasn't for them, it probably would have been a lot worse, because the cast, particularly Nigel Havers and Julia Mackenzie, they bring a lot of character to this story, and I think they save it. Of course, Paul McGann and Sheridan Smith are great once again, and I should say it does feature the return of a particular villain, I should say. I don't know what to call them really, but basically they're space pterodactyls, and they first appeared in Storm Warning, which of course everyone knows is Paul McGann's first Big Finish story, and yeah, they make an appearance again, and yeah, I don't know why they decided to bring them back really. I mean, they could have, I think they just work well in that standalone Storm Warning story, but I don't know if they've appeared in any other Big Finish stories. I'll have to research upon that, but yeah, to be honest, nothing really happens in the story, the first half. It takes a while for something to actually kick in, so it does feel a little bit padded in some parts, and it does get dragged out quite a bit, I think. But I do like the setting of the whole garden party. I think that works well, and I like the fact that it's sort of on a time loop, so I quite like that idea. It's probably been done loads of times before on Doctor Who. I wouldn't say it's exactly original, but one of the things I would give credit to the story is that it's one of those audio stories that I can imagine working on TV. It's very, to me, the story is a very visual story, and I do think it would have worked well on television. I think they could have easily pulled it off. I'm not so sure about the space pterodactyls. I'm sure the CGI for that would be quite bad. Sort of similar to the Reapers, the way they did design that. But the Reapers, because there weren't loads of them, they spend time on that. But I think in this story, it's made out that there's loads of space vertosaurs in this story. But it's probably, I think Phobos and No More Lies are probably the weakest stories in the series, and they're pretty much slap bang in the middle of it. I'd say No More Lies, in my opinion, is better than Phobos, but I know people will argue with that and say Phobos is better than No More Lies, and like I said, people think No More Lies is the weakest in the series. I wouldn't say it's the weakest, I'd say it's the second weakest, but yes, I think that pretty much concludes my review for No More Lies. As for a rating, I would probably give it a 5 out of 10. Like I said, the performances are really good and there are some good ideas, but I think if the story was longer, I think the writer could have explored them a little bit better. Just some good performances really. So thank you very much for watching my review of No More Lies. My next review will be of a really exciting adventure, and that is Human Resources Part 1 and Part 2. So I'll try and do what I did with Blood of the Daleks and review them, review both parts and save me doing another video for those separate CDs. So yes, thank you very much for watching this, and stay tuned for my review of Human Resources. So thank you very much for watching, and I shall see you soon.